Yeah, welcome to Unified Media Dropping Gems podcast. Let's get it.
Unified Media Dropping Gems podcast, season 3, episode 10. We wrap up this season with touching base on all previous episodes and providing you with nothing but gems. Like and share this video to those who will find this information useful. Tune into the show once a week, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, live on YouTube, where we have raw, uncut, open discussions that can range with insightful and educational information across the board. Other episodes will include past and current events, trending topics, conspiracies, personal journey, and more. We also invite special guests to shed light on who they are and what professional industry they are in. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, email droppinggemspodcasting@gmail.com with your name, business, industry, IG at, and brief bio. Hosted by yours truly, myself, and Aki ONTL Dewan. Support the show by subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell.
Yes, sir.
Snoopy's here. 65 at those athletics. Mitchell Johnson. I see you guys. I see you. Thank you guys for tuning in super early. I'm going to open up with a quick piece here, guys. And then me and Aki are going to get right into it. This quick piece, this is called "I'm Going to Win" by none other, one of the greatest of all time in film, Denzel Washington. Check this out.
Strength, leadership, power, authority, guidance, patience are God's gift to us as men. We have to cherish that, not abuse it. I prayed this morning to be a better listener. Didn't work so well. We're human. You get back up. Yes, I've been high up on the mountain. I've been blessed. But that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And it's lonely up there. You know, people don't know that side. We did not come this far to get down and lose now. I'm a winner. I'm going to win. True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you. Sit beforehand already to indicate that it's yours. Aspire to make a difference.
So you are what you are in this world. That's either one or two things. Either you're somebody, or you're nobody.
Never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy. If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. So keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work. While it may be frightening, it will also be rewarding. So you got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. Because taking risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Because the chances you take the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Fall forward. This is what I mean. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Fail big. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life, and it can be very frightening. It's a new world out there. It's a mean world out there, and you only live once. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances professionally. Don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals, life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I try to give myself a goal every day. Sometimes it's just to not curse somebody out. Simple goals, but have goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline, which you have already done, and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it. Hard work works. You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. I don't care how much money you make, you can't take it with you. The Egyptians tried it. They got robbed. That's all they got. You can't take it with you. And it's not how much you have. It's what you do with what you have. We all have different talents. Some of you will be doctors, some lawyers, some scientists, some educators, some nurses, some preachers. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Well, one or two things, but nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house I have, not the cars, but it's the joy. That's what it is in helping others. That's where the success is. And anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one. Remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Remember that. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress. My mother told me, she said, yeah, because you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere. So continue to strive, continue to have goals, continue to progress.
A lot of gems there from Denzel Washington, one of the greatest to ever do it in film. If any actor is trying to break into the film industry, that's one man you should be studying, even in life, because the gems he was dropping is incredible,
They not
especially
just
from such a success story.
they life gems. They're not just from his experience in the industry. They're what he's experienced throughout life. They're what he's experienced
In life. Yeah, definitely.
on your end, Aki?
And you can take so much. There might be a little lag in regards to audio. You're not lagging per se. It could be something to do with StreamYard. It can be on my end, but you'll be talking and then it might not match your lips per se or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So I mean, we could do a hard reset, but the devil's always knocking when we grind, and then it's the final episode, so it'll come through.
You know why? Because it's that episode. It's that one that's gonna hit home. You know what I mean? It's just that one, and then this season 3,
Definitely.
10. That's 3 and 10. Those are symbolic numbers. You have 3 representing the powers. The 3 powers, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. And then you have 10, one standing next to 360 degrees of complete perfection. So I get it. The devil, look, I ain't even gonna call him the devil.
Yeah.
Opposition.
Opposition.
Always to be in opposition. So it's never off. There's no taking off. It's never off. Like it's inevitable.
Does it look like it's also delaying on my end as well? Does it look like it's delaying on my end as well? A little bit.
It don't sound like, for me, I can hear my feedback coming from your end, and it's weird.
Yeah. Gotcha.
What about the audience?
We're here, Aki.
About the audience.
Yeah. Do you guys see like a delay, like when we're talking, if it's like mismatching with our lips, or does it seem like it's coming off fluidly? He has feedback. Who? Me or ONTL? Snoopy?
It's probably me. Okay, then hold on.
Okay. Yeah, she's saying it's probably coming on your end, Aki.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Still sound like it's delaying. Oh, that's weird. Still sound like it's delaying. All right, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Go ahead, though, Aki.
Yeah. I'll play another intermission clip while we try to figure out audio pieces. So just give me 1 second, guys.
We could do the whole show. I don't have to switch over.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
Okay. So first thing I wanted to mention to you, Aki, that's so special about this entire thing that we probably haven't realized yet is that out of all combined platform, between the 2 combined platforms, today will complete 75 episodes. We have done 75 episodes together. Huge. If that's not a lot of content, I don't know what is. But between Center Stage and Dropping Gems, 75 episodes tonight will complete. We've done 30 of Dropping Gems, giving knowledge, and we've done 45 for the independent artists. 75. And then what's amazing about all of that is the fact that we're going to be able to repurpose each of these and have 30, 40 each episode, which is going to even create more information and content for us, you know, for people to digest. And people are consuming it, people are enjoying it. And I just want to tip my hat off to you again for seeing the vision, understanding where we're headed, where we're going, why we're doing this, the mission that we're on, and the people that to help along the way and inspire, motivate, and influence along the way by providing them the stuff that we've provided them. Some of the things that it's a good, overwhelming feeling. Very, very good, overwhelming feeling, because it's not easy being able to do what we do with everything that we have on our plates, to be able to incorporate and make the time for this. And people will understand the impact of it when it begins to resonate globally the way I foresee it. You know, it just takes one thing to kind of strike that chord. And I know we now live in an era where they want to provide virality to things that have no substance, as opposed to things that can provide value. But I'm okay with that mission, because I understand what that journey entails. I understand what that means. You know, it's kind of like, it brings me back to like the 12 disciples and the ones that were trying to go on that journey to give the word of God, you know, and going to on foot. They were traveling on foot, Aki, giving the word of God, just to be able to provide that value, that information. And I kind of feel like that. I feel like one of those disciples trying to provide something that is going to give you perspective, fresh new perspective, so that way you can see your true ability and what you can be able to do with that when you hone in and tap into that source. You know, I think it's very, very important for people to see the things that they can really do and the abilities they truly have, the potential that they possess. People need to hear that. People need to see that. And once they're able to harness that, they'll be able to do something special with it. You know,
and I was just thinking about that, and just more so in regards to self reflection. It's kind of crazy that it's kind of, you know, now I'm, like I told you, I'm going back to school. I'm in school for what I want to do, what I like and enjoy, which is audio production, engineering, and music, right? And now I'm going to be learning how to really create. The music for film and TV. Like, I'm gonna be able to score music for film and television and understand that. And then
right,
that I'm at has direct connections with and professionals and agencies. They already have a rapport. So now that I'm in here, this is going to go on my resume. So when I'm in here, this is going to go on my resume. So they understand that, hey, I'm coming from this angle, and I've been at this, I've been this. It'll make it a little easier, because I'm the number one accredited school for music and film and entertainment industry.
That's amazing, Aki. And it goes to show you that everything that we've worked on these past, closing in on 2 years, right? Everything we've done, closing in on almost 2 years of work, right? Probably like 1.5 years of it. And everything we've discussed behind the scenes has led to this point, because everything we've spoken about and wanting to accomplish is now happening right in front of us. You know, the fact that you're able to put yourself and surround yourself in a situation that's not only going to provide you more experience and elevate your game, but now you're also connecting to the resources that are going to give you what you've been looking for when in terms of sync licensings and companies and, you know, scoring your music, your production onto film, television, commercials, video games, etc. You're gonna have the resources in your disposal now. And it's just amazing to see, you know, after all the trials and tribulations that you have faced, the things that we've discussed behind the scenes that you have gone through with your brother, you know, trying to break through the industry, so to speak, and still be able to look past that and not give up. You know what I mean? You took it as a learning lesson. It was definitely a curveball. It was something that any other individual, if it would occur to just, I believe, anybody else, you know, in your position in a similar situation, they probably would have hung it up and be like, you know what, this game is too much. I can't deal with it, you know. But instead, you took that, you harnessed it, you took that, and you turned it into something even greater. And now you're going to even provide more value to you and your siblings and everybody else around you. You know what I mean? Within that space.
You know I'm doing it for us, man. You know what I mean? The things that you have sacrificed and done, the vision you have for this, you know, the music you have produced, your passion for TV and film, like what better way to be an asset to like-minded individuals like yourself, people that I'm surrounding myself with, and some of the people in Unified Media. I just feel like, you know, there's a lot more that I always can do. You know, the situation coming into this, I'm a new father, so that's been the only thing that's kind of been. I haven't been taking a lot of baby steps with. I haven't been in those steps with. So
Right.
In those, I mean, like I've really learned how to walk around here. So now I'm in a position how to walk. Like I can start walking and jogging to where we can get ready to run. We're gonna run jogging to where we can get ready to run this marathon, and we're gonna stay running it.
Definitely, 100%. You know, I think people like us, we tend to forget that, or for the ones that are watching us, I should say, because the ones that are watching us, the ones that are being very critical about the decisions we're making, that they see, they're like, oh, you know, why they're moving at that pace? Why hasn't it happened for them yet? You know what I mean? The ones that are analyzing that see our potential, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you got those around us, the ones that are watching, the ones that are creeping, checking every move that we make, the things that we post, the things that we say. They're like, why hasn't it happened for them yet? And so I'll give them one simple answer. They don't understand. They don't understand the sacrifices. They don't understand the time, the work you have to really put in to be extremely successful in anything you do. It doesn't even have to be in the field that we have that we're in right now with music and film. Any business that you do is hard work.
And the reason, and it's not,
and a lot of time and a lot of effort. That's why I love your record, bro. That's why I love your record. I listen to your when I have the record on my playlist while I'm working out, when I need that push. That record is universal. If you haven't, for everybody that's tuned in and tuned in later, make sure you go put Effort from the ONTL Entertainment Group into your music playlist, because it is a record that will definitely motivate you, inspire you to keep going.
Hey man, I appreciate
Keep
that,
going.
Hockey, but let's not forget pressure, okay? That pressure is pressure right there, okay?
I need a music video for that to really. I need a music video for that. It's time. It's time. And you know what's crazy, Aki? You know what I'm thinking about? And it's gonna take some time, but I'm really, now that you've mentioned it, in another 6 months, when I feel like I've hit a pinnacle with the health and wellness that I've been doing with 65 Rose Athletics, I want, because I don't know, I haven't really showcased my transformation or really documented my transitions and me losing weight or anything. I haven't really told anybody that I'm like really heavy on that physical journey. But in 6 months, I think it'll be time to really like incorporate something visually with pressure and something physical, maybe, a music video with me lifting weights, working out, different physical activities for something like pressure could work, and incorporate some other concept as well.
It's gonna work, Aki, because I gotta make more content around the effort video, because I just was thinking about it the other day, like, we put it on the run. It's still sitting at almost at 70K views on YouTube. I haven't really pushed it or promoted it, but when I have all of that content that's keeping up, Ice gonna go crazy. I already have a plan for it, right? And again, what makes it dope is because I'm in school, I have to connect with a lot of people. I'm inside joining different forums in school, where there's so many different people from all over who are gifted in those certain areas, marketing, business, those certain areas, all type of things, right? And so I'm making it a mission to connect with those people. I'm making it a mission to be those people out of. Don't worry, Aki. We don't worry.
That boy's putting in that work, man.
I got
putting in that work. How was that producer conversation with catching up with Rich Sounds, man?
Oh, beautiful, man. Man,
that's why I had to step out. I couldn't even interject because you guys, producers have a certain lingo and things like that, and you guys really connect on that level because you guys understand each other on that level. So I'm sitting there just listening, just kind of seeing you guys go back and forth, and I'm like, man, these two gentlemen are in their pocket. They really in their bag. They really understand what they're doing, what they're trying to accomplish. And it was just great to just see you two connect on that level, because Rich also has tremendous potential. And I think he's trying to find the balance within producing beats and then also live streaming his gaming community and stuff like that too. He's trying to find a good balance between the two.
He got that. He reminds me of King Los, just the Los we were looking for, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like before everything kind of went the way it went and people had their assumptions, it was just like, I feel he gives me that good energy and that vibe that we need, that young energy, but that's still like, vibe that we need, that still focused mentality to, get stuff done. He has ability to know what he wants and then, go after what he wants and stuff like that. So he's a great individual, man. But, we were just sharing back and forth with him coming down to we were just sharing back and forth and telling him about me getting into school and things like that too. So he was happy to hear about that. Things like that too. So he was happy to hear about that. Just catching up with talking about the, leads where we started at, where we going started at. I'm excited for that because I know he has, and I know rock with it. He has, and I person rock with it. Hear it in his music. Person, so you hear it in his music. Really enjoys the creative process. Really enjoys the creative process. That's why I really enjoy talking.
I really enjoy talking. And I just thought about something, Aki, and I don't know how we can pull this off, but Jordan Lucas has something called a Tully app, right? He has the Tully application. And in the Tully application, he has it structured out where people can collaborate and open up the same source and the same files, like if we were in the same studio, but we're in two different locations. And I'm wondering if there's something like that down the line that we'll have access to, where we can utilize that for the Unified Media Group to be more, to have more of a collaborative, because I feel like there's more that can be done with the Unified Media Group. I feel like there should be more collaborations being made, but because everybody's in a different state, there's not a level of like, that kind of let me go ahead, like if I was in it would be nothing to be like, all right, let's go to the studios, let's lock in, because it's easy, right? But when we're all in a different state, we get kind of consumed by our day to day, that we forget, okay, we got a tremendous group of talented individuals in this space that we can really, really create some really great music. And I'm trying to figure out another alternative that can push us to that level that'll make us more collaborative. You know what I mean? And have access to something like that.
I'll say this again. I'm starting school August 5th. My mission for school is not just to learn and expand in my knowledge and skills in the field, but also to really network and see what's really out there and who out there and what tools and resources we really do have. Because the place that I'm in,
right,
it's people from all over the world. You get what I mean? Like if I was living in Florida right now, I would physically be going to school. I would physically be easier for me to make connections and talk to staff members, different alumni from there. I know I have there. I know they have certain mentorships there, or come and seminars and things like that. Seminars, things like that, to help kids and the people there build a portfolio. So like, by the end of my time, I might have a portfolio. Like by the end of my time, I might have a portfolio built up crazy. So, but that's not my. You're gonna flip within
crazy.
That's my we'll find that. We'll find ways where we all can collab. We'll find that. We'll find ways where we all can collab.
Yeah, I think you know what I mean. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that the Tully app is affordable and it's an option, but me, I'm always looking for multiple options to just kind of compare and contrast.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I like what he offers. And I know where he's going with it when it comes to what he's providing essentially for the independent artist and what's accessible for us. But I also want to find what's going to be, again, something that we can compare and contrast to another tool, another application that we would be able to utilize as well, just to see the pros and cons of different applications and see what would work best for Unified Media.
There is one thing out there, Aki, because I remember when I was talking with Adrian Drift, he was showing me something to that. That's what they have. So basically, I'll be on my computer, and you can have access to, like, we can rent the big studios, right? We can rent the big studio, but we don't have to be a big studio. It's virtual, and you can use the instruments in the studio for your session, and you can have as many people inside that session as if we were all in the studio.
See, that's super dope.
I don't remember what it was. It's been a while.
And even if it's not out right now, even if the application doesn't exist, it's an idea for us to think about down the line. You know what I mean? Where we can pioneer something like that within the space and really set the tone and change the game. You know what I mean? Something for us to think about down the line.
I know they have another app.
I wanted to.
Let me tell you what it is. I think it's called Soundbirth. Soundbirth was one of those other apps. I think that may do what Tully does, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, just for us to take a look at.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these are some of the books. I'm going to be typing them up. These are some of the books that I think everybody should potentially get their hands on. Let me see if I can find that screenshot for us real quick, because I screenshotted it. I'm always taking information down. So I'm going to be typing up these books here in the chat. These are 20 important books to get your hands on. If you need to do it through audio and you don't want to, actually read them, and you want to listen to them, that's also another option. The first book you're going to want to get your hands on is How to Talk to Anyone. How to Talk to Anyone. is a book. Communication is key, right? If you don't know how to talk to anyone, how do you plan on establishing relationships and a network? If you don't know how to have a conversation, like if I couldn't hold the conversation with Aki be like, listen, bro, we can't, if we can't converse, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't think this is gonna work out. I don't think unified media.
We're not unified. If we
It's
can't
not gonna
conversate,
work
we're not
out.
unified.
So we're not unified. If we can't conversate, we're not unified. So that's the first book, is How to Talk to Anyone. The second book you're gonna want to get your hands on is called Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits. Now, Atomic Habits, even just based on the title of Atomic Habits, you can tell that it's going to be a book about having good habits to follow,
Right.
Good habits to apply. It's not going to be bad habits. So look into a book called Atomic Habits. The third book, which is worldly renowned, and I'm sure you guys have heard of this one. Third book you're going to want to get your hand on is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Everybody has heard Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's a third book. Great book, I heard as well. Definitely gives you a lot of gems in this particular book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Fourth book, the 5 a.m. Club. Waking up early before everybody else.
Early bird gets the worm.
Waking up early before everybody. The early bird gets the worm. The 5 a.m. Club. Just trying to get your body used to waking up. Make it a habit of trying to wake up super early, because they even say around that time, the brain is able to occupy a space where you're the most creative. That's why, if you notice, a lot of us artists, when we're in the studio, we have our best work after midnight, when we locked in. While everybody's sleeping, we in the studio 12 midnight to 7 o'clock in the morning. You remember them days, Aki?
I can't tell you how many, man.
How many sessions we had like that?
Tell you how many, man.
You know what I'm saying? So the 5 a.m. Club, apparently we're the most creative in those early hours. The next one, which is another book I'm sure everybody has heard of, is the 48 Laws of Power. Now, what I plan on doing is, at the end of this episode, I plan on editing the description, and I'll actually add all these books in the description as well. The next one, The 7 Habits of Highly Effectiveness. The 7 Habits of Highly Effectiveness. The 7 Habits of Highly Effectiveness. Next book, and this is, you could already tell this is very, very key. Make Your Bed. There's a book called Make Your Bed. How important is that, just to be able to wake up and make your bed? Drop them gems, Aki.
I think we shared this probably a season or two ago. I think it was on either the first season or maybe the second season. I can't remember exactly, but we spoke to something in this in this nature. But I follow this guy on YouTube called Bully Juice, and one of his quotes that he likes and that he uses is, "How you do one thing is how you do everything." How you do one thing is how you do everything. There, it explains. Like, if you get up in the morning and make your bed, you make your bed, you get brush your teeth, wash your face, and you do morning routines every day. Like, but just the fact of you just making your bed, that's the first habit you do when you wake up and open your eyes before, after you rain, you get up and make your bed. After you rain, get up and make your bed. Everything's going to be neat. I'm setting the tone for the day. Like, you woke up, made your prayer, and you just made your bed now. You know what I mean? Like, you set the tone for the day, and that's how you keep it. And that's important. So that book, I'm gonna have to read that book too, because I'm gonna have to hear this back, to hear it come back around again means it's some more gems in the book that we might need, some more look that we might need.
100%. Also, to add to that, Aki, is just the visual aspect of creating something in your household that will help create more for you. So for example, let's say if I wanted to shoot a short film, right? If I wanted to shoot a short film, how would I start beginning by going about that? Like, what would motivate me to start wanting to shoot a short film? Well, I would create a section in my home where I can build a layout like like um a dressing area, something that I can dress that would motivate me to shoot a particular piece. So not only making your bed is so important, but creating things in your household around you that will help push you in the direction of where you're headed, of where you're going. Create something in your household like that is just solidified for that type of vision. You know what I mean?
It's like another form of a vision board. It's like instead of having just the visual,
Another form of a vision board.
you have the physical.
But you actually have the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Aesthetic. Yeah. Very, very important. Very, very key. You know, and even when it comes to certain things like because I remember this one person on TikTok that I was having a conversation with, right? And they were speaking to the nature of wanting to provide readings. You know what I mean? They wanted to provide tarot card readings, pendulum readings, and oracle readings. And I said, what would be very important for you, for your niche, is to create the aesthetic behind you that gives you that feeling of like, I'm going to somebody who can foresee my future. How would that look like? The table with the white cloth on it, the person with the globe, rubbing the globe or whatever. Even if it's not physically real, but you're providing that essence and just that energy of, oh shoot, I'm about to tap into this particular person's TikTok channel, because we call them channels now, TikTok channels or live stream, and I feel that I'm about to sit down with somebody who's going to actually give me this future reading. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just somebody who's just sitting in a chair flipping cards and saying, hey, this card is, you know what I'm saying? So you create the aesthetic for your particular niche. Yeah, you create the aesthetic for your particular niche. It's very important to do that. And right now, I'm doing that currently with my wife. I'm about to, since this is the final episode to wrap up the season, we're going to be taking a couple weeks off before we bring season 4 for center stage. I'm actually tearing up the carpet in my bedroom, laying down new hardwood tile floors, right? And then after I lay the hardwood tile floors, I got upgraded speakers. I got an upgraded microphone stand. I'm getting the new computer. I overheard you talking to Rich about getting the pieces to a computer and stuff like that. So that way, this upgraded computer, once I start producing short films, I have an upgraded computer where I can actually start editing them. Because you always need storage. Without an upgraded PC that's not holding any, that doesn't have any storage for you, you're not going to be able to edit. You're not going to be able to run any program smoothly. So you always got to make sure that you have the right capacity, the right storage, the right volume, the right speed in order to run all these programs. And that's the toughest part, is like, you can go the traditional route and pay for a PC that's $1,800, or you can save $800 and get your own pieces and probably get the same worth out of $1,000 PC that you build yourself. And I know he gave you that website. Yeah, he gave you that plug for the website. So just let me know how that goes, Aki.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna look into it. I mean, I ain't in a position to really, but I'm gonna be getting stuff shortly but surely. You know what I'm saying? As we go and build up, because
you get it in pieces.
Yeah, me
get it in
school,
pieces.
They're giving me another computer, so I'm gonna have 2 computers, but I'm gonna have one for me and then the one for school, and then I get to keep all of the stuff. Once I graduate, I get to keep everything that I've used in school. I get to keep it. So now I'm having a whole upgraded studio.
Oh, super dope.
Sent to me.
Super dope.
Sent to me.
Needs that. Yeah, I'll take all that school. Thank you for the contributions towards my career. Appreciate it.
If it was if it was something that if you really wanted to do filming, they have that program too. And if you got into it, they'd give you everything you need. They give you everything you need, and
Wow.
it'll be the industry standard, which it'll be everything the industry uses today.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it. I'm gonna have to definitely look into it. This next book, Aki, The Subtle Art. This one, we're gonna definitely need this one. The Subtle Art of Not Caring. And I think to a certain degree of why this is important. And what I see, it's not telling you not to care about other people, because obviously we got to care about our family, we got to care about our friends, our loved ones, our immediate family, etc., our children, of course, right, in our relationships. Right. But I think what they mean by this title, The Subtle Art of Not Caring, is like, don't put so much thought and energy into things that you don't necessarily need to put your thought and energy into no longer. If it doesn't serve you, why are you putting so much pressure on yourself to worry about it? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what they mean. Like, if it's that tedious and it's that small, why are you wrapping your mind around it? You know what I mean? Why are you letting it consume you in that way? And I believe that is what they mean when they say the subtle art of not caring.
Right. Because it's more so the subtle part. The subtle part is the part that is tricky for us, because when you're subtle, it's kind of more so like it's in a way you're not too forcing, and it's not always true. You're very careful and delicate on how you're handling the situation. So you have to be very delicate and subtle on what you care about and what you don't care about. And it just goes back to what you said. If it's not serving you, you should not really care about it. If it doesn't align with what you got going on and what you're trying to do, you should not really care about it.
100%. The next book is, and we heard this from Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, get your hands on these books, especially when you play these backs. I'm typing them all up. Oh, Aki, look at that. You can't beat. Listen, live on the show, he has one of the books that we have on the list, Think and Grow Rich. And he got the 48 Laws of Power. Got the power. Come on, the 48 Laws of Power. Come on, man. Amazing. Listen.
Hey, just
the proof is in the pudding. It's right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
just to show proof. We ain't playing with these. We ain't playing with these books. We getting all these gems, and we providing you this information straight from the source. Straight from the source. I love that. This next book, The Power of Habit. The Power of Habit. So not only do we have Atomic Habits, the 7 Habits of Highly Effectiveness, but The Power of Habit. The Power of Habit.
Make sure I don't have that one, but I think I have
next one. 12 Rules of Life. 12 Rules for Life. 12 Rules for Life. Oh, the 12 Rules for Life is another book. The 80-20 Principle. The 80-20 Principle, which can be applied in many, many facets. The 80-20 Principle. We heard that on Building Community during our intermission. And then the 4-Hour Body, which I think I have the 4-Hour Body here. Where is it? Look at this. Come on, man. Come on, come on. The 4-Hour Body by Timothy Ferriss. And the 4-Hour Body is pretty much from the author of the 4-Hour Work Week, which is crazy because I'm literally, as an entrepreneur right now, on the 4-Hour Work Week.
The 12-week year, which is similar to your
12-week year.
and it's kind of in a sense of what you're saying.
And then we got the 4-hour body. You know, and and why it's so important to start thinking like that and getting books like this, it's because it pushes you to create, because most of us work 8, 10, 12-hour shifts. Right. And when you're working 8, 10, 12-hour shifts, not only are you making somebody else successful and you're exchanging time for money, right? But now you're taking time away from what you can create for yourself. The window gets shorter, because then after that, you got what? 4, 5, 6 hours worth of sleep. You know what I mean? So where's the time to be able to apply for yourself on your own businesses and the things you want to create?
That part there, Aki. That part there.
That's why it's so important to get that 4-hour work week, that 4-hour body by Timothy Ferriss. You saw the 12 weeks out of the year that Aki had. These are all books that I'll be applying at the end of the episode. I'll be adding them to the description so
That
you guys can write them down.
Year is called. It's basically how to plan 12 weeks. Plan out what you want done in a year to be done in 12 weeks.
In 12 weeks. Interesting.
And then you repeat that. So basically what'll happen is in 12 weeks, which is basically what'll happen 3 months. So you can plan
3 months
ahead by doing 12 weeks of work every month or every 3 months.
Right. That's impressive. That's impressive. You can get a lot done. If you can get a whole year's of work done in just 3 months, you're saving yourself a lot of time and a lot of headaches.
But it takes a lot of discipline, consistency, and planning in order to be able to get that.
And that's, I'm glad that you mentioned that. Discipline, consistency, and I believe time management. Time management. You want to manage your time well. And I think most of us, that's why I'm glad that those episodes, because I've been utilizing this that you mentioned in the previous episodes here in season 3, when you were like, jot down the 5 to 10 things that you really want to do and stick to it. Aki, that has worked wonders for me, because I'm aligning myself with just that mentality, and I'm seeing more and more progression at a better pace, because I'm utilizing my time more effortlessly.
That's what's making me. That's why when you asked me how I'm doing, I said I'm ecstatic. Because that's what I've been looking at. I've just been focusing on what's best for me and my family, how to make sure we have money and get what we need, and where we're trying to go within the next 2 years, and where we're trying to be at in the next 5 years. Like that's the thing we've been focusing on.
Right.
You know, every day we've been working at it a little bit. She got a job now. Like I told you earlier, she works the opposite days that I work. We both have the same off days, and we work opposite schedules, so we still have time to spend with each other and take care of the kids without having to pay for a babysitter, which takes money away from us. We can keep that money here, save up the money, because we're both making just as much or equal to about the same amount, and everything works out. I'm going to school, so that's when everything works out. My other skill sets on the side, which is going to allow me to be able to take gigs later in life, and for her later working things like that. For her, she's able to focus in, and she has the kids involved. It's just, you know what I mean, like that. It really works, and that's, you know what I mean, like that. It really works, and that's and where we're trying to go with my family. I'm so proud of it. I'm glad to hear that.
Amazing.
So proud.
Amazing. Love that. Love that. We're going to take a quick intermission. We're going to play this piece that I found on YouTube. And when we come back, we have about probably another half hour to go before we head out. And we'll be wrapping up this final episode. Let me pull this up real quick. and we'll get back to wrapping this season up. This is you versus you. Check this out.
Many of you will not be successful because you've got this giant goal and no steps to go with it. You're just in your mind like, girl, this is my year. How many steps? I don't know. Like, what is it going to take for you to do it? I don't know. I just know this is my year.
All of us in life have things we want. We don't get what we want. We get what we have to have. We all get what we tolerate in ourselves and other people. But when you're no longer willing to tolerate something, that's when your life changes. The difference in people is their standards, period. Everyone in the world, the list of things they think they should do. I should lose weight. I should work out. I should work harder. I should make more calls. I should. And then you know what? People don't do their shoulds and they get mad at themselves. And they what I call should all over themselves. They beat themselves up about it. What changes people is when your should becomes a must. When suddenly the thing you said should happen has to happen. That's when human beings change. It's like if you want to take the island, burn the boats. Because if there's no way to go back, it's amazing what happens when it's a must to do something versus a should. The number one thing that's going to change your life, the only thing that will change your life, change your business, change your money, change your relationship, is you must raise your standard.
If you can't stick to something for 5 fucking days, you deserve to have a shitty life. You deserve to get your ass kicked. You deserve to be miserable. We're talking about 5 fucking days. We're not talking about 50 years. We're not talking about the 5 years it probably takes to build something worthwhile. We're not talking about the 5 months it could take for you to lose 100 pounds. We're talking about 5 fucking days. And you can't even stick to it for that. So what the do you think you deserve? You deserve exactly what you get. And that's true. That's the things your friends won't tell you when you're bitching and moaning about how your life sucks on Friday night, drinking a fucking brewski with your boys, when you should be reading or improving or working out or doing something. If you can't start to tell the voice that you have in your head to sit the fuck down and shut up, you're going to have a very hard time making any year your year. What it's always going to come down to is your own actions and your own choices. This is your year. Your year for change. It's time to make that change right now. It doesn't matter if it's the first, the second, the third, the first week, the second week. It's the new year. You have new opportunities. There's new doors opening for you every single day. You have to just walk through them and be who you were meant to be on this earth. How many of you can honestly look yourself in the mirror and say, I am doing my best? Because if you can, you're fucking lying to yourself. Your job right now and how you execute that job is going to create the success habits that you're going to need down the road. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If it's making fries, if you ain't making the best motherfucking fries every fucking time, guess what? You ain't gonna fucking make it. If you can't sweep the warehouse floor better than the next guy, you ain't gonna fucking make it. Because here's the truth. Losers always talk about how they hate to lose, but they don't do anything about it. But you know what winners do? Winners will do whatever the fuck it takes. Winners will show up and stay late every fucking day until they're winning. Winners will talk to anybody they can that can help them and take the lessons to heart and put them in play. That's what winners do. Losers talk about hating to lose. Losers say they hate to lose. Losers talk about how they want to win. Winners do what the fuck it takes. And that means beating the next guy. If you aren't going to work at your job every day and looking at all the other motherfuckers and thinking, dude, I'm going to beat the shit out of all of you, you don't have what it takes. Winners want to be the best. Winners have pride in being the best. Winners have pride in being dominant amongst their teammates.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder. You want to know what it takes to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. It's what goes on when the cameras go off. Hard work, determination, and grit. You will not outwork me. I will get up earlier than you. I will go to sleep later than you. I will put in more hours than you. I will read more than you. I will grow. I will do whatever it takes. I do things to separate myself from everybody else. The passion that I have when I speak, the grind that I have when I do what I do. What are you going to do to separate yourself?
If you ain't got more heart than me, if you ain't been working harder than me, if you ain't sacrificed more than me, I'm gonna destroy you. And I'm not retreating. I'm not running. I don't care what they say on paper. I don't care how many games you won. We live by this and we die by this. We don't retreat.
You're not giving 120. You're giving 70. You're giving 60. And you want what these people who've given sweat, who's given blood, who's given tears, you want what they paid for, and it ain't free. It has everything to do with what time you wake up. It has everything to do with how you eat. It has everything to do with how you work out, how you prepare. It has every single thing to do with how you think. And when you want it as bad as you want to breathe says, I'm willing to make any sacrifice. I'm willing to go through any pain. I'm willing to go through any suffering. I'm willing to go through whatever it takes. So when I get in there and it's me and him one-on-one, that I guarantee you at the end of it, I won't be the one that surrendered. And if you're going to be the best, the cream of the crop, if you're going to be the apex, you got to be it. It has to consume you. You got to learn how not to give up or how not to give in. And you got to understand that greatness is within you. And you got to pull it out. You got to climb every mountain. You got to cry if you got to. But whatever you do, you cannot give up. You cannot give in. Nobody ever said it would be easy. But I know greatness is within you, and you got what it takes.
Did you know that less than 1% of people are naturally, extraordinarily gifted at something? Think genius, think savant. Do you know what that means for us, the other 99+% of people? If we're going to do anything great in this life, it is going to require discipline. That's the truth. If you are going to accomplish anything extraordinary with the days on this planet, it is going to require you pushing through the discomfort and embracing the grind and disciplining yourself.
If you want to live your best life, your absolutely best life, you got to do me a huge favor. You got to watch them choices you make. People make bad choices. They wake up and make another bad choice. They make another bad choice. Now they got a habit of bad choices. And they like, how did I get here? Choices. How did I get here? You trying to get to certain places, but you ain't making the choices that's going to get you there. You all in your feelings.
The cause of laziness is a craving for comfort. It's wanting comfort ultimately. Your problem is not laziness. It's the worship of comfort which produces laziness. It's that I don't want to do anything that I don't want to do. It's believing this lie that if it doesn't come completely natural to me, if it's not easy, then I shouldn't have to do it, or maybe I'm doing the wrong thing.
You can lie to yourself and then you don't need discipline. You can tell yourself everything's okay and then you don't need discipline. You can tell yourself, you can lie to yourself and say that you're winning and then you don't need discipline. But if you tell yourself the truth, if you tell yourself the truth that you know you could be better, you know you could do more, if you tell yourself the truth, you won't have to find discipline. Discipline will find you.
The greatest version of you is not the I can do anything version of you. The greatest version of you is the disciplined version of you. The greatest version of you is the version that has parameters. No, I don't do that. I don't drink that. I don't go there with these people. I'm focused. I have a prize that's in front of me. I know what I'm supposed to do, and that ain't it. I have to stay right here.
You can become godly through discipline.
There's so many gems. There's so many gems that you have to, break through when it comes to you versus you. I feel like there's so much piled up against us, right? That through the nature of what's piled against us, it can feel like a tornado, like we're in the middle of a tornado, Aki, right? And when you're in the middle of the tornado, you're right. You're in the eye of the storm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like through the eye of the storm, you still have to be able to find your destination. You know what I mean? Oh man, Aki, there's so much to just be able to take from that. And just, if you guys want to see the rest of that, type in You versus You Motivational Speech 2024. And those are pieces, Aki, that I choose to use as intermissions and intros here for because I utilize them privately whenever I wake up. So this is a new routine for me. When I first get up, obviously I do my normal, use the bathroom, brush my teeth, shower, etc. Right? I'll come back to the bed and I'll play a particular frequency now before I do my affirmations. I'll play a particular frequency, and the frequency, it'll be something to the extent of opening up prosperity, abundance, etc. It's a certain amount of hertz, and it's a sound that's so soothing and so calming that it puts me in a state of mind of clarity, so I can focus on how I'm gonna attack my day more efficiently. After I do about 15 minutes of this particular sound, then I do my next 15 minutes before I have breakfast and coffee. I do my next 15 minutes of affirmations. After I knock out those affirmations, I grab a pot of coffee. After I grab my cup of coffee, after I make my pot of coffee and I have my cup of coffee, I step outside to my porch and I take in the sun. I take in the sun so that way it gives me a constant reminder that not only am I alive and breathing, but I get to see another day to be able to do it again. Just the small things to me are very, very important to let you know, okay, I'm breathing. I open up my eyes. I have another chance. I have another opportunity to get to it.
That's a pretty dope routine, Aki. I ain't even gonna lie. The fact that you even incorporating stepping outside,
and obviously I go back. And I make sure I go back before I get to my streaming and all that. I made my bed. My bed is always done. That action of making your bed. I went back. I made my bed. My bed is always done before I get back.
Look, your bed is different. You share one, so you can't just get up and make it. So I understand.
Right. Facts.
But nah, that's pretty.
But yeah,
that's pretty
that's my morning. That's like my morning ritual.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but did you peep what he said in the video though? Did you hear the quote that I used? Did they peeped it and said it in the video?
What was it?
How you do one thing is how you do everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. So important.
Because it's basically for those who may not conceptualize that. Let me give you an insight on it. If you half-ass at one thing, you half-ass at everything.
Everything. Wow.
Because you've already created the habit, the notion, the idea, the thought of not thoroughly finishing. So you're not going to finish nothing else. You're not going to be motivated to finish nothing else. You're not going to want to do a lot of things. So, and then when you consistently make that a habit every day, then your body is automatically put into that mode. So if you practice on finishing and going through pushing through things,
I love that you mentioned this, Aki, because it reminds me of days that I have off that I take, because I take about a day or two off from streaming, right? From going live. And during those 2 days, I use them very, very wisely for everything creative that I do outside of live streaming, which is the podcasting, the music, and the film work, right? Whether it's the quick acting content that I throw up with me doing the skits, right? To just keep me in my creative space, going through the music, seeing what I can touch up inside the sessions, and and then updating thumbnails. So for instance, there'll be a day, it takes me all day, Aki, to do a full season of thumbnails for us. But I won't finish out my day unless I have all 10 done. I made sure, like last week, I took a day off and I was up to like 8 episodes of thumbnails updating. And my body told me if I go to sleep not getting these last 2 thumbnails done, I'm gonna be upset. I gotta finish them. And I literally got all 10 all 10 episodes from season 2. I got all 10 done to make sure, all right, I completed a full season. 2 seasons are done. Now, once we wrap up season 3 of 10 episodes, I'm going to wait for Aki to send me, wait for him to get his hair cut so he could send me new, fresh videos for me to chop up and turn into thumbnails for us. And then I'll add those for season 3. But that's the importance of not half-assing anything, making sure that you hit your mark. Another instance that it happened to me again. I had 45 minutes of cardio to do, and I had to run 3 miles in 45 minutes. Now, typically 3 miles, I completed an hour. So I had to figure out how to reduce the time, 15 minutes, but still accomplish the same goal of 3 miles in a lesser amount of time. So that means at one point, I had to push my body further than my comfortability. Aki, when I tell you that 45 minutes, I hit 30 minutes. I hit 30 minutes at 1.5. And I'm like, hold on. I still got a mile and a half go. If I'm doing 30 at 1.5, that means I'm going to complete these 3 miles again at 60 minutes. How can I do this in 15? I had to pick up the pace of my normal jog routine and stretch my body and my mind. And at the 40-minute mark, I'm at like 2.5 miles with a half a mile left with 5 minutes. I wanted to give up, Aki, but my body said, keep going. Now, I didn't accomplish the 45 3 miles. I did it in about a 50, 51-minute mark. But had I told my mind, oh, I'm just going to give up now, I would have gave up at that first half hour when I was at the 1.5. I would have not had noticed that, okay, now my body has produced some new some new ability, some new endurance, some new stamina, that now I have reached this mark at 51 minutes now, as opposed to the 1 hour that it's usual.
Hey man, I'm proud of you, Aki. That's cool, because yeah, you have to do it like that, man. You have to be able to push yourself to that and get past it. When I used to run track, that was kind of the thing that they taught us. When we running, especially doing the miles, the miles, you always want to pace yourself. You always in the beginning, pace yourself. Always in the pace. Always when you get down to your last minutes or those last minutes or those last 100 meters before you hit the last 100 meters. Damn, you're about to pass out.
Giving it your all. You're all about to pass out. Yep.
And your body would have unlocked a new endurance mode and a new mode, and your mind would have said, "Oh, we can." Mind would have said, like how I'm saying, like how yours.
Right. Which then pushes your body to continue to do. You know what I mean? And in my head, the guy that I was thinking about that was in my head, Aki, was David Goggins, where he's like, and he's crazy. Goggins is crazy, man. So I had Goggins in the back of my head, like, nah, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going, man. I can't give it up. But that's the importance. That's the importance of being able to push your body past the normalcy, the comfort that your mind and your body and your heart is used to. That's how you're able to get to the next level. And we should be doing that on all things that we touch base on. Like for instance, I've been eager since I've been out of the loop of writing music, really writing music, for the last 9 months because I just been focused on building this organic community that's going to support these endeavors that we do, right? I've been so focused on that, but I've also been so eager to new music. But I told myself that if I'm going to write anything new, that it's going to outdo anything I've wrote previously. And that when I release it, it's going to have that impact to be like, damn, you know, he hasn't written shit for 9 months, but he's still in his bag, so to speak. I don't want to feel like I've went backwards. Like, he just dropped something subpar. He didn't really put his all into it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
It's as an artist, that's just not feasible and something to do, bro. That's just not it. You have to be able to always do that. You have to be able to always do that.
It's important. It's important to the art. It's important to the craft, and I think it's important to the people that are interested in you know what I mean? Like appreciating that art form, that sound, the music, the people that even, you know, because to an extent we have our audience. We may not be, you know, we may not be dropping millions and millions of views and streaming millions and millions of streams or whatever the case may be, like these certain independent artists or mainstream artists. But there are people that are eager and look forward to the stuff that we do release. When I released that little verse that I did here in 2024, I got a DM from a particular producer / engineer. And it was funny, Aki, because I didn't expect it. But the DM was like, that's the kind of hard shit that I want to listen from you. Don't be doing that. They went, don't be doing that acting content.
Yeah. I mean, you showed me that. Yeah.
They were like, don't do the acting. Don't do the acting content. Don't do the skits. We want to hear this from you. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, I'm just the type of person that, like, I'm not going to just cater to one particular demographic. I want to be able to tease and kind of broaden myself a bit. That's why I do the acting skits. That's why I do the music. That's why I do the podcasting, you know, so we could touch base on every demographic, and whichever hits kind of like trickles down into the other work that we do.
Right. No,
but
it helps. That definitely helps.
They enjoy that particular person enjoyed that, which let me know that regardless of how long we take to release something, somebody's looking forward to it. And when you have that, you know you're doing something well. You know what I'm saying? You know you're doing something well. So I can't wait, man. I gotta reach out to Zams because I know I have to touch base with him. I wish he would tap into Unified so we could catch up with him, so that way we could finish those records. I know me and you still have Burning Obstacles.
But
got in the Stidash that we have to record.
It's for me to record. I haven't been able to. That's why we really haven't been able to put it down. Is because my recording situation is just a little bit more difficult to get to at the moment. And, you know, I don't want to.
Right.
Subpar bull. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. We're not gonna do anything. We're not gonna do anything subpar. We're gonna make sure that when we release this, it's gonna be the mixing and mastering is gonna be key. It's gonna be fluid. It's gonna sound crisp. Yeah. We ain't gonna do nothing half-ass.
Nah. And that's why I'm not I'm not in no rush either, because I know when we really catch steam, Aki, it ain't even.
Oh yes, we locked in. We're gonna be locked in. I like that. I think it was you that sent me the video of the artist that built that soundproof that was like connected to his door.
Yes.
That was wicked, Aki. It made me want to DIY that shit. I was like, yo, that's genius.
I'm doing that. I'm going to do that. I seen that and I said,
I was like, yo,
innovative, crazy thing that I've ever seen somebody do, bro. Changed it. It's better than going to go buy a reflector screen that you put the whole thing. You got the top.
Right.
Oh, come on. And then you heard the difference when it
closes good. Like, it's not in the way when you close it up.
Just put it away now. All right, I'm done. And
right. Yeah, that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
No, that was.
But yeah, man. What? Oh, it's definitely been a journey. You know, we've created a tremendous space. These two particular platforms have been special to us. And I know people can't wait for Center Stage. It's like every time we take a breather from Center Stage, people get more excited and more hyped for it.
They do. It'd be crazy.
You know,
It'd be crazy.
they definitely look forward to it. They be trying to send us all the exclusive records, all the exclusive jams, wanting us to hear them firsthand before they give it to the world, which is special.
Got something in the cut right now that they sent just the tease because we wouldn't have this. Because we don't have Center Stage on right now. Hey, I know y'all ain't got Center Stage on right now, but can I just send you something that you tell me what you think? I've been got a few of those. I keep it.
Yo, talking about a few of those, Big Capo went off on that Not Like Us freestyle. I heard him going off. He's been showing himself off on the Instagram. Shout out to Big Capo. Shout out to Goons. Goons sent us something, before Center Stage. Rich Sounds has been tapped in. So it's definitely been super, super dope. But season 3, episode 10.
Man.
We've gotten all these books that we provided you. We have 30 episodes of content, 3 seasons, 75 combined when you add the music platform. Season 4 of Center Stage is going to be crazy because I'm going to try to figure out a way to bridge the TikTok, the craziness on TikTok, Aki. The artist is on there. I'm going to find a way to bridge that to get TikTok artists over to the platform on YouTube. But we've put in a lot of work, man. We've put in a lot of work.
You said season 4 of Center Stage.
Season 4 of Center Stage.
And we don't even know how many seasons we got. That's why I'm tripping out. That's why I'm tripping. It's like there's no limit to how many seasons we can actually.
There's no limit to that. And I'm glad that we understand the vision enough that I look forward to a physical studio where artists can come, fly in, land in, physically showcase their record, have a small audience come in and kind of rate the record as well. Like, I look forward to seeing that, digesting that Drewski stuff, like, and turning it into a full show, full entertainment.
Because we can.
It's almost like its own BET, MTV, Soul Train. You know what I mean? Like, for the independent artists, like, that's how big I foresee this thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like the way they fly in artists to do their freestyles, but we take it a next level by having like a judges panel and things like that, and maybe even get it to a point where the winner of that wins like a pot of money or something like that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And deals and all that. Big beat packages and with producers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be that. I would never want it to be that thing where it's like, how they have the BS showcase there. Oh, you can get a photo shoot, a written article, and you could sit with an A&R from a label, and the A&R label is BS. It's not even what it is. You know what I mean? It's not a true executive from a label. They just spoon feeding you dreams.
I just got an email from a guy who said he's going to be doing a music review, and the winner could potentially get a distribution deal with Rock Nation, just to produce distribution of one deal. You know what I'm saying? Distribution of one deal.
Man, listen. Unless I see Jay-Z sitting next to you, or somebody from the Rock Nation building sitting next to you while you're providing that, I don't want to read none of your emails.
and again, I'm not, nothing against the guy, because he does music reviews. So basically, you would submit your song for a music review, and then they would review it, and then they will pick 3 people to take that distribution, right? And I've done a music review with this guy on the platform. It was actually my first time actually doing a music review on somebody's platform, like somebody reviewing my music that I sent in, and I got really good feedback, honestly, from that time. It's not the guy, but definitely I just the guy. But you said that, and I seen that email earlier today. I was just like, like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they try to give you. They try to what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like because they know you have a dream that you're trying to accomplish, and they take advantage of that. You know what I mean? They take advantage of that.
What they do is they sell you screen at a cheaper price.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, I know you got a passion, you want to do this. I know you got connections to certain things, but I don't really know who you are, so let me try to milk you the best way I can, get whatever out of you.
Right.
Whatever it doesn't.
And most of the time, none of it is authentic. None of it is a true connection to anybody that can really do something for you.
That's my story. That's one of my stories when it comes down to my music career. You know what I mean? Is being in that type of position, somebody making it. Oh yeah, I got all of this. And you get there and you
got all this going on.
Get there and you nothing.
And nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. And that's why I just like. That's why I don't mind the way we're going about it and the way we're doing it. Because we're doing real time, and when those opportunities are presented and established, we're going to be able to do it the right way and be able to provide some value for the independent artists. So I definitely look forward to the vision at hand and us being able to get to that point, because that's what I foresee, essentially. You know what I mean? Is that physical location that we can all fly into and really, really get busy, and do something at a high level.
If we had the studio that Cameron and Mace had, I'm
gonna be breaking down the Drewski stuff that you sent me. I'm gonna be looking at, the studio setups, the structure, because the minute I get myself on some equity that I know that I can purchase, because I've already been looking at 2 acres to build something on. You know what I mean? And what it's gonna entail, how much the acres are gonna be, and then getting the right hands to build the structure, or even get they call them a hangar. You know what I mean? And be able to build it in a hangar, even, the whole thing, just film the film section, the section for where the photo shoots take place, the studio setup for the music, film, and just anything creative out of that one hangar and on 2 acres of land, and just getting busy documenting and doing everything that we want to produce out of it. I've even was inspired by what I saw 50 Cent do, and I know 50 is following Tyler Perry's shoes. What 50 did with the G-Unit Film and Music Studio in Shreveport. Now, what's so special about that, Aki, is that Shreveport, Louisiana, is literally 6 hours away from me. So once I start really getting back into it with my agent, like I plan anything that 50 is like throwing out there for opportunities, I'm gonna be having my agent look at them too and send them to me to see if I could build that rapport and that connection in that location as well with 50 and what he got going on over there. You know,
Man, I could see
that was
that.
a move.
I
That
see
was a
that.
move.
That was a hell of a move. See that?
That was a move. You know what I'm saying? And I know why he did it in Louisiana. That price point was cheap. That price point in Louisiana, that shit is even cheaper than Oklahoma, Aki.
I know.
That price point.
And you understand why, though, right?
You know what I'm saying?
You understand why, though, right?
Yeah. Of course. I know what he did. And it's good that he's going to be bringing opportunity over there as well. You know? He's bringing opportunity over there. He's bringing jobs. You know what I mean? So creating that over there, establishing that over there is just going to build the value of that area. It's going to bring it up.
Now what will be even more valuable if 50 Cent, Birdman, Lil Wayne, the actual people who've been from New Orleans and been represented for the last 30-some years, they all get together. They'll all get together. Hella stuff over there, bro. They'll make it New Orleans is one to talk about now. New Orleans is one to talk about now.
Right. 100%. 100%. With that being said, Aki, what gem can you give? What gem can you give in the last 2 years that you've experienced life creatively, socially, fatherhood? You could give us a few, and touch base on a few, but what can you give in terms of just the things that have changed within the last 2 years in establishing yourself, not only in the network that we have, but becoming a father, foreseeing the goals, the visions that you have? Like, what has changed for you mentally? You know what I mean? What is some of the big factors, the key things that have changed for you? And what do you foresee in the next 5 years?
Man, that's a lot, but I'll say this, Aki.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
No, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I'll say this. Within the last 2 years, the main thing that I've really seen, experienced, learned, and understood was that nobody's going to give you anything. Nobody's expected or obligated to give you anything. And you can't get nothing without being able to say what you want first and putting forth the action of what you and forth the action that needs to be done to get forth that. That's basically what I've learned in the last 2 years, man. Like what I've learned having a children, they always say when you have a child, it changes your life. They always say when you have a child, it changes your life. It makes you have to think about. You're not only responsible for yourself, somebody understand what life and the world has to offer, just like what the world has to offer. Just teaching yourself and them. And I've learned that in order to be the best for them, I have to be the best for myself. And because they look up to me, I have to be able to exemplify that. And that to me, within the last 2 years, that's my main focus on that. And that, what do I want children to see me as, other than just dad, see me other than in the house,
right?
And so, and where, and what, and how can I, and where, and what, utilize my wisdom to teach them the way at wisdom level, right? And that's basically what I've been doing, is just finding different ways of how to teach them things, cater to the feelings, learn myself, see the things inside of them that I may have lost sight of within myself, and being consistent, man. The thing I know for a fact within myself was I lacked real consistency and discipline. And this last 2 years had shown me that you're not going to go anywhere without discipline. And consistency. You don't get discipline unless you stay
Don't
consistent.
get disciplined unless you stay consistent.
Love that. Love that. Powerful, powerful stuff, Aki. And for me, it's been a level of gratitude, a level of appreciation. I think I sometimes forget where I started, where I was a couple years ago, where I didn't own a property, where I didn't have an in-house studio, where when I wasn't signed to an agent, when I didn't have a billboard, when I didn't have a great paying job. I think sometimes we forget our humble beginnings. And if we can look back at the small wins that have led to this point, we can have more appreciation for where we're at in the moment and where we're headed. And when you can look in hindsight and see that you've accomplished more now than you ever have, with that discipline and consistency that you mentioned, and having that awareness to want to grow and be better, not only for yourself, but for your children, your significant other, your family, that's when things start to change for you. You know what I mean? And me and you, what I appreciate about our brotherhood, our families, the value we bring, is that your wisdom that I've been able to gather to apply also on my journey is that we understand our abilities in the moment, and I think we truly understand our potential. And because we understand our potential and we know how to utilize each other properly to benefit each other and our families, that's why special things are going to be created. You know what I mean? That's why special things are going to be created. So I know you gotta head out. You gotta make your runs. And you know, you've always been somebody that no matter what you have going on your end, you still got the seat at the table. You still make the time to put in this work with me. And you know, I'm humbled and appreciative on all levels for what you do for this space, for what you've given to many, all the wisdom, all the knowledge, and what we'll continue to do moving forward. So thank you for everything, Aki. Definitely amazing.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you, I always say if it wasn't for you, I still wouldn't be here. I would have my own podcast, maybe not. But if it wasn't for you, maybe I wouldn't even be a part of this great, you know, and time to be alive in. I wouldn't be here. So I just praise Yahweh that we were able to, you know, we are here now in this time, in this place, this space, and we're doing what we're doing, because I know what we're doing in the future is going to be needed. Where we're heading to now, especially where we're heading to now, especially I do believe me and you and those who are, you know, me and you and those who are people minded like us, we'll be those ones, you know, and people remember that help change the world. People remember that help. Like that's you know, we know that, but like, you know, we know that, but like, but it, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna look like you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna look like you're not gonna.
Definitely. So shout out to the whole Unified Media Group, all the artists, all the entrepreneurs, all the business owners. Shout out to the Soul Fam community. Thank you for everybody who has tapped into the show, whether the past, whether currently, and who will be digesting this after. We appreciate every single one of you who have been locked in with us on many, many different levels that support our endeavors, everything we got going on, and everything we will be choosing to do in the near future as well. Look forward to season 4 of Center Stage. Me and Aki are going to take a good, you know, 2-3 weeks off I know that when he sends me that message and lets me know, hey, Aki, it's time to go. We'll be setting up the amazing season 4 for Center Stage for all independent artists, all genres worldwide. In the meantime, check out all previous seasons and episodes to Unified Media Dropping Gems podcast, and look forward to all the content we have coming soon. Appreciate you, Aki. Talk to you soon, brother. Take care of yourself. We'll lock in. Stay blessed, brother.
Yes, sir. Always.